All right, so this is the Personal Finance Unit 2 review. So you were asked to complete the practice test, so I'm just going to go over the answers with you. I'll also post my answers, my worked out solutions online later today, just so you have those as well. And I'll also post this video. So for the first three, it asks us to use this table right here, the expenditures for the month of June. So we have expenses, food, utilities, entertainment, and rent, the amount we budgeted, so the amount we plan to spend, and the amount we actually spent, or the amount that they actually spent on those particular items. So the first question asks, which category is on budget? Okay, so on budget means that they're exactly on budget. I should have, when I subtract these, I should get 0. So if I go through and I do each one of these, okay, so when I subtract 180 minus 150, 50, I get $29.50. When I subtract 223.75 minus 245.85, I get negative 22.10, which means I was over budget. So this one I was under budget. I was over budget for utilities. For entertainment, I was over budget by $30. And for rent, I was exactly on budget because it's $0. So the one that was on budget is going to be rent. For number 2, which category is over budget? So which ones that I spend more money than I actually planned on spending? Well, those are utilities and entertainment because they both have a negative balance. So that's utilities and entertainment. So that's going to be letter D, utilities, entertainment, and utilities. Number 3, how much more or less was spent on food? Okay, so I spent less on food than what I was planning, and I spent $29.50 less. So that one's going to be D, $29.50 less. Okay. For number 4, Cliff Allsworth spent $369.75 for utilities in April, $330.90 for utilities in May, and $297 for utilities in June. What was Cliff's average monthly expenditure for utilities for those 3 months? So what I need to do is I need to actually add them together. So I'm going to take $369.75 plus $330.90 plus $297, and that's going to equal $997.65. Now that's the amount they spent for the entire 3 months, but I want the average that they spent. So I need to divide that by 3 because it was over 3 months. And that's going to equal $332.55. Okay, so that's letter B. Morning, Michael.
Good morning, ma'am.
I'm just going over the review answers.
Okay.
Okay. So number 5 was how much should Tabitha Lang budget monthly for insurance that costs $956.89 for the entire year? Okay, so there's 12 months in a year. So I'm going to take the amount she budgeted overall, the $956.89, and divide that by 12 because there's 12 months in a year and she's paying the $956 for the year. When I divide that, I get $79.74. So that's letter A. For number 6, 6 says how much over budget would Jonah Mason be if he spends $650.75 for something that he had budgeted at $485? So he spent $650.75 and he wanted to spend $485. So I'm going to subtract those. So $650.75 minus $485. That's going to equal $165.75. So that's how much over he was.
All right.
What's up?
Okay. So number 7, if Amelia Townsend spent $5,695 over 3 months, what is her average monthly expenditure?
Sure.
So she spent the $5,695 over that 3 months. So that's how much she spent total. So I want to know how much she spent every month. So I take 5,695 and divide it by 3. And that's going to give me $1,898.33. So that's going to give me A.
Okay.
Okay. And then 8, if Thad Reed's average monthly expenditures for 4 months is $2,303.50. So that's how much he spent every month. What is the total of his expenditures? So I need to multiply that. So $2,303.50 times 4 months. So that gives me $9,214.
Okay.
Okay, so that one's for letter B. And then number 9, if Peter Gower paid $650 for rent monthly for an entire year, how much should he budget for rent each month? So if he's spending $650 for each month, every month, that's how much he should budget for that. So that one's going to be D, $650. That's how much he's budgeting. That's how much his rent is. So that's how much he should budget for.
All right. Okay.
On number 10, when Sal Welna bundled his phone, internet, and cable service, his monthly charge went from $145.84 to $99.99. How much will Sal save in a year with his new service compared to his old service? So this is how much he gets every month. So I need to figure out what he saves each month. So I subtract $145.84 minus $99.99. And that gives me $45.85 per month. I want to know how much he's saving for the year. So there's 12 months in a year.
Yep.
I multiply it by 12. And that's going to give me $550.20.
All right.
That's how much he saves for the whole year. So that's letter C.
All right.
Okay. And then 11, how much should Teddy Perkins budget monthly for an annual expenditure that costs $614.66? So he spends $614.66 per year. I need to divide that by 12 because I want to figure out how much he should spend per month. When I do that, I get $51.22. That's how much he should plan to spend.
Okay.
Okay. And then 12 through 17 are some basic operations. So 12 times $680.75 is $8,169. For 5,980 divided by 12, it's 498.33. For 14, I need to do what's in the parentheses first. So that's $5,136.95, and I'm dividing it by 6, which equals $856.16. And then 15, I'm just subtracting 675 minus 550 55, which gives me $120. 16, I'm taking the 93,100 and dividing it by the 2,310 plus 630, which is 2,940. And that equals $31.67. And then for 17, I'm adding everything in the parentheses first, which is 9,353. Divide that by 12, which equals $779.42.
All right.
So the big thing with 12 through 17 is you should round to decimal places. That's the big thing. So you get to the, like, I think 13 was, they had a lot of threes afterwards, so you just stop at 2 3s.
Okay.
Okay.